All right, so as I said yesterday, I'm gonna actually be modeling the house today now that it's a bunch of cubes and I've labeled them in a way that makes at least a little bit of sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to export as a FBX. If I can find the option, it has been a bit. I'm trying to remember where it is. We're off to a great start. Do I not have the export as FBS here on this project? That could be it. Oh, wait, no, it's up here. Oh, it should be. FBX exporter, that's probably what. So, I guess this is now kind of going to be a tutorial because I've done this before and I just forgot that it's not in this project. So hopefully if I just do this, cool. We're going to install this. It's going to take, I don't know, a minute or two. Come on. All right, there we go. Now I should be able to export to FBX. Cool, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to export it to assets, art, models. I'm gonna pick this, and I'm gonna say this is SM house for static mesh. Uh, okay, so let's check this. Models. Yep, okay, cool, it's there. So now we're gonna open up Blender, and we're just gonna drag this from this window to here. Oops, it needs to be a binary. That's the other thing I always end up forgetting when I export it to FBX. So, actually, let me make sure. Okay, this should not be at 25. This should be at 0, first of all. So let's get that. And let's export it one more time. But this time, instead of ASCII, we're going to do binary. And we're just going to, I know there's only the model, but I want to just make sure. And export. And we're going to drag and drop again. So back to models, drag it, import it. All right, there it is. Cool. So this should give us a decent idea of what we're working with here. I think the first thing I'm going to do, well, very first thing is we're going to get rid of this camera, this cube, and this light, because we're just working on this. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to turn off all of these up to office chair. And now we should have... Oh, of course, it doesn't do it like that. Can I... make a new collection from these? I'm just going to put them in there, and I'm going to turn that all off. And of course I grabbed the wrong one, because I am just a silly guy. We want from TV to table. And really? Oh man, I did not... Oh, it's because it ended up going alphabetical. Oh, that's not fun. So I actually have to go through this, which was kind of the whole point of doing this in the first place, was to not have to do this, but we'll deal with it. Oven, office chair, nightstand. Yeah, this makes it really annoying, actually. But we'll get through it. Fridge, foundation, dining table, desk, counters, couch. Oh god, there's gonna be so many clothes. Get all the clothes, the chairs, ceiling, cabinets. Come on. Bed. Okay. There's all the furniture. We can now drag all this over here. I don't want to look at them. I just want to look at this house. Yeah. So, let's just start with a cube and we can get started on this. So, let's see. It's interesting that the scale seems different here. Because that is allegedly a meter. Oh no, it is 2 meters here. The scale is 1, but the meters are 2. So we're going to start with this. And I think what we're first going to do is we're going to turn on the foundations. And we are going to start with those. Because that'll definitely be the easiest to get going. So, let's see. Let's start by just dragging this all the way back here. And I'll be a little more precise with these. Let's snap it to the grid. Did that not? I didn't turn it on. That would help. So we're gonna grab that. We'll grab these. Can I actually change the grid? This would be nice if I had someone who knew. Let's do increment. Maybe increment will be better. No, that's still the same. All right, we're not doing that. We'll go here. I didn't grab all of these because I wasn't in the proper mode. This will make it easier. Let's do this, and we'll be a bit quicker this time. I'm going to do this to here, and then grab this and go to here. So now what we need is a loop cut. That's wrong one. And we're going to place it right where the foundation's supposed to go. Cool. We're going to go back to here and go in face mode. And we're going to extrude this face out. Make sure it lines up. And then we're going to make one more loop cut because we want this for the mudroom. So Control R. And that actually looks pretty much perfect, actually. It could have been here. All right. And then 3E and drag you out. No. E. There we go. And that should line up. Yeah, just about. So there's our foundation. I'm also going to... Actually, I'll just grab all the bottom faces. Make this easy for myself. And we're just going to bring them to 0. So SZ 0? No, do that. Okay. Well, whatever. What's the scale now? So I moved them... Oh, actually, I can move them up to about here. Let's, I just do 1 meter. Yeah, perfect. And it does also seem like it's a little bit tall. Now, actually what I want to do is select all of it and move it down to there. All right, cool. Now what I want to do with these is actually just make stairs, and then I'll just put them there. So I'm actually going to come back to that, because that's more detail than it is big picture. So I think what I'm going to do now, and it's a shame that my order got messed up, because I want to get all these walls first. Let's see, I think I named it like big wall. Yeah, big walls. Big wall. I think that is the outside and the major walls. So let's also add the roof. That way we can get a solid view of where we are. Roof would be near the bottom. No, did I move it on accident like an idiot? Did I not label it roof? Is this gonna come and bite me in the butt now? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm just stupid. There we go. So what would be the easiest to start with? Honestly, it would probably be the roof. But what I think I'll do instead is go invisible. And I actually am going to turn off the roof. I don't need that. So I could either have that be... I could have that be separated. How do I want to go about this? I think what will be easiest is if I was to, weirdly enough, dissolve this. Dissolve this vertice. And then click on this top face. And I forget the shortcut for it. But if I just insert a new face, let me make sure the thickness is about right. So I'm sorry, is the thickness of the walls on the outside of it? Wait, I'm gonna pause for a moment. Let me bring back this view. Oh, that's fun. Cool. Thanks, Past James. Very, very cool. So I'm gonna just do a little bit because I don't want to mess with the geometry of it too much. But we're gonna confirm that. And then we're gonna do the same with this one. To about there. I should actually set a standard instead of just doing it kind of on a whim. So let's actually do it to 0.15. Does that seem correct? Let's find out. Oh, I'm upside down. That'd be helpful. Yeah, okay. That does seem about right. So 0.15 will be our standard thickness for walls going forward. And past this, we won't need to think about it anymore. So I can just scale this and put in my new constant. And there we go. All right, so let's go back to this. Now we're gonna have to do a few things. First things first, I'm actually going to turn off this collection, and I'm gonna take this outside. Or maybe I should oh, collection on, house off. Yeah, that's better. Okay. so now we got to do a few things. One, we're going to dissolve this vertice. Or no, we're not. Because that will create n-gons. That's a shame. What we're actually going to do is we're going to do this. Let's go back to this on not. There we go. And we're going to do that. And just to make sure, cool. So that should be good. We're going to double check, make sure there's no n-gons. Doesn't seem like it. So we are now good to just start extruding these walls up. Nope, not that one. There we go. Gonna do all this. And we're gonna turn the house back on. And we're gonna hit E, and we're just going to raise it all the way up to right underneath where the roof is. And we're going to turn this house back off because I did actually see something that caught my eye. And that's this room here. Because we extruded both, we now actually have some weird geometry here. So we're actually going to fix that real quick. So, what's the best way to go about that? I think if I scale these, we're going to turn on active element, scale Y 0. And then we're going to do one of these. Ooh, it's going to let me? It's not going to let me. But if we take it and extrude it on the Y, it should just auto merge, assuming I have it on in this project, which I don't actually. And I should, because it's really helpful when it doesn't break stuff. Okay, one sec. I'm just gonna SY0 again. And it should now be attached, but it's not. That seems to be because of this. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go into line mode, dissolve this edge. Oh, wait, actually, no, I want the face as well. I'm going to delete the edge, not dissolve it. And we're going to go down here, check our handiwork. So this should match up here. And then we need to make sure the same happens on this other side. So we're going to grab this, grab this. That's Y 0. Yep. And we're going to grab this and this. Just fill it. Wait. I had two lines selected, and that's not what I wanted. I want just this line and just this line. And we're going to fill that. And then we're going to go back here, extrude, and scale. Cool, good. And then we're just going to fill. And now we will have no n-gons and an actual properly boxed room. And there might be a few more of those, so I am gonna just do a quick look around, make sure everything's good and clean. It does look like it is. So what would I want to do next? Probably the garage. So I'm actually going to make another one of these triangles. Right here. And we're going to bring this down, all the way down, and then around. And we'll make sure that these are all in the right place eventually. This maybe could have been a loop cut, but that would have required me thinking. And where's the fun in that? All right, there we go. Big, big loop. So now we're going to grab pretty much all of these. It's probably actually going to be easier if I just... Nope, not that. Okay. Did I grab any bad ones? Yep. And we want the active element to be probably U. We don't want that. Yep. So we're going to scale Y 0, and that'll make everything even. Perfect. So now, I'm actually going to turn this back on so we can see. We're going to take these two, and we're also going to turn on all these garage ones. And that's not great, but it at least gives me an idea of where it's supposed to be. And we're going to extrude to about there. Yeah. Now, there is actually an issue where I don't want this wall to be this high. Or actually, I suppose I do. I'm actually kind of wrong about that. I want it to be to here. Actually, funnily enough, I want it to be SX0 to there. And then the rest is scaled out from that position. So let's see. I am actually going to need a loop cut. Here, let me actually undo that and turn on just the top floor, because the top floor, and actually the garage as well, top floor and garage will give me a good sense of where I want this loop cut to be. Yeah, and luckily they're just about even, or at least even enough that I can get away with it. So let's do how far does this go? Not as far as I would have liked it to. That is kind of unfortunate. What if I select just all of them? Not you. I think I got all of the top ones. Yeah, no, that didn't work. Let me just do this. Grab all these. This. If I do this, will Blender understand more what I'm asking for? No, it will not. All right, well, in that case, what we can actually do is, hopefully, if we go all the way around. No, it's not going to like that. Here, let's do this. Round bend. Round the bend again. I'm not going to be able to see this. Oh, why did it bend like that? That was weird. Okay. So that was not great, but that's what that scaling tool is for. So we're going to grab all of these. I'm pretty sure I got them all. Or at least just about. Oh, nope. There's not a cut from here to here. That'd be helpful. Now, we're going to take all that and scale Z0. And that should now be a relatively clean cut around the whole thing. Yep. Cool. Now we can kind of bring all these up to where we want them, which seems like it would be about here. And then we can actually, is that how extruding works on this? I don't think it is. Sure it isn't. Let's not do that. Now what I should have probably done, if I'm being honest, is I should have just grabbed all of them. Can I... Can I extend this? I don't know if I can, actually. At least not off the top of my head. So this is just going to be kind of obnoxious, to be honest. Wait, I can subdivide. That's what it is. Right, where's, slide an edge along the mesh. All I really want to do is add the extra face. And I'm really trying to remember how that works. Hmm. I actually have no clue. Here, I'm gonna select these edges. Oh, that runs into an issue. Welp. All right. I think that's all of them. Looks like it. Can I subdivide? Yeah. Not smoothness. I guess, here, just enter. And then I can grab this whole loop, hopefully. Nope. All right. Well, we're going to do the same thing again. And now we're going to bring this to here. Now, it just occurred to me, I'm eventually going to have to bring that inside as well. But that is not a problem that I'm going to bother with in the current moment. Because for now, all I want to do is get this garage. So finally, I have enough loop cuts that I can extend this out on the X. Now the weird one, I think is actually going to be right here. Because I need this to be the wall. So I think, let's see, what would be best? I'm going to start with the knife tool. Starting from this vertice here. Come on. Come on, there we go. Starting from that vertice, I'm gonna just bring it... What the... Bring it around. Please. Thank you. And what I can do now is scale this on the Y, even that out. Oh, what happened there? Oh, because I had these selected. Nope. There we go. Now I can scale it. And actually, I am actually going to delete these. Just straight up, I don't need these vertices here. And I need that line. Oh, that doesn't subdivide. Oh, that's not filled. Actually, I only need this line and this line. Fill it. And then we can go to faces. We can extrude this out to wherever. And then scale on the X so that these are even. Now we actually have our garage, so that's nice. And let's see, what do I want to do here? Because there's a few options for me at this point. I think what I'll do is here. Let's get rid of the garage. I don't really need that because now we got at least the shape of the garage. So what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to grab this, fill it, and fill it. Did I tap the wrong one? Oh, they're not the right height. Oops. Oh, I didn't continue it inside. Ooh, okay. So we're going knife tool first. There we go. And it does actually, is that the, nope, of course not. We're gonna ensure that this is actually even. And now we can actually start filling this with the ceiling. And I think I actually might get rid of this extrusion, because what I want to do in here is actually just have a little roof. So I guess a few things would need to be done. Firstly, let's get rid of this. This is just straight up not needed. So let's get rid of these two. Just delete those. Yep. Cool, cool, cool. This face can also be deleted. And arguably this one too, but we'll see about that one. And so what I want to do now is I want to grab these two. I'm going to scale them. No, we're going to extrude them. Extrude them up to about, let's do just on the Z, to about here, maybe? Not quite all the way, but enough that you get it. And then we're going to scale Y0. Nope. Active element. I forgot to change it. Womp womp. There. And then all we got to do now is just fill this. Ooh. Ah. So that'll actually make n-gons. That's a little upsetting. But this could actually be an opportunity. So let's grab this face, do a loop cut. Ooh, not loop cut. Let's subdivide it. Do I need... I don't actually need these edges. That's fine, whatever. I meant to dissolve it, that's what I was thinking. Dissolve these edges. Yeah, there we go. Is this attached? It is. Okay, so that's an n-gon as well. Damn. But this one will actually be a lot easier to fix because I can just triangulate this. And now there's a triangle there. Okay. And this triangle here. And that'll make life easier for me. So we're going to do this. Yep. And then, how do I want to go about this? It's like, I know what I want to do. Let's grab these. Nope, not you. This. Extrude Z up to about just a little under it. And then scale Y is in the median point. Yeah, 0. Perfect. And then we're just going to grab this until it's about even, which should be about there. And I'm going to adjust this because not all of this is needed. But what I can do now, is that about even? I can't actually tell. Yeah. We're going to grab these. We're going to fill this. And then now that these outer ones are here, I can fill those. And I can actually delete, oop, come on, there we go. I can actually delete these faces. These faces are not needed. So I can just get rid of them. Do we have any extra bits that aren't needed anymore? Nope. And this means now I can just take this face, and however far back I want it to be, I can just adjust that. So for now, I'll have it maybe here. Does that look weird? I think when you're looking at it from below, you won't actually notice it. It does look a little bit weird that the face here sticks out more. Because actually, wait. what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the opposite. I'm going to extrude this out, grab this, and I'll just have this auto merge. Hopefully. No. Uh-oh. Let's maybe be a little bit smarter about this. So grab these and one of these. Scale X0. I did median point again instead of active element. Oops, it's gonna happen forever. It is my curse. I just have to deal with it. Yeah. And that also means, luckily, I can dissolve this triangulation. So this was actually a better way to do it, but I am still very new to all of this. Yeah, that looks significantly better in my eyes. All right. So this is going to get weird once I add the doorways. How do I want to go about making these doorways? Because it will add either a loop cut or some triangulation. I think triangulation is probably a better bet, simply because of the fact that, like, otherwise it's just going to get so messed up so quickly. Ooh, speaking of which, how is that working? Ooh, that's not good. Actually, I suppose that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine, actually. Because if these aren't attached, it's just the empty face there. Yeah, that's fine, actually. Alright, I just want to make sure everything's clean before we move on. That's that line, yep. Cool, cool, cool. So, now the thing I have to kind of consider is how much I care about n-gons. Because either I'm going to have... Oh god, I don't want this. One sec. Resolve this. This is not supposed to be here. Oh, is there not an edge there? Here, let me dissolve this vertice. What the... Dissolve the face. Or just delete the face? Yeah. That's so weird. Whatever. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to do this. Also, none of these are needed down here. So let's get all of these and get rid of the faces. Yep. I think I'll clean up the geometry way more once I actually have it, because frankly, these should be one big panel. I shouldn't have all these loop cuts. They're there for a purpose, but it is weird. It is odd that they're there. So let's double check. Yeah, so I do actually want to fill between this one. And then I want to fill here. And here. And apparently also there. So let's yeah. All right. There we go. Everything is now covered up. No oddities. That's a bit of an oddity. Did it? No. Okay. And that'll actually be covered up once I have this wall here. Let's I guess build that wall while we're thinking about it. Because otherwise it's gonna be annoying once we come back to it. This is kind of a weird structure that I've chosen. Where okay. I don't always understand why it chooses the path that it decides. There. That's all I want. And turn that off. Oh, this is still selected. No, get out of here. I don't want you. I just want these. Yeah. No. These. And it is active element, so I can scale on the X to 0. And there's our clean cut. And again, I'm just going to fill this in. All right, there we go. So let's now go inside, I think. Let's continue these cuts that I've already made. Now, how do I want to go about that? So I think here, let's start here. And we'll just go all the way around. All right. And we're also going to do the other one because we're cutting already. We might as well. Ooh. Interesting. There we go. Did not like that initial cut. Yes, I could subdivide it. I'm aware that I am a silly guy. Change your name. Oh, hi, Eileen. Honestly, like, nice to meet you. Glad you're tuning in. I actually have been considering changing the name. This is our studio name. And initially we chose it because we're working on a Souls-like game, and we wanted to make more action games in the future. But now I actually got commissioned or contracted, I guess is a better term. I got contracted to do this horror game, so now it feels kind of weird, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, that I'm. Because now it just sounds like I'm an evil corporation planning to betray my friends, when that's kind of the exact opposite of what we're trying to do here. So I was actually thinking about changing it, but at the moment, what am I doing? Stupid. At the moment, it's just what we're going by. There we go. All right, let's grab this bottom one as well. Oh God, what have I done? What am I doing? Okay. Oh man, this is all kinds of messed up. Let's just grab you. Hopefully, once I do the scale here on the Z, yeah, cool, that weirdness in the geometry went away. Perfect. I mean, if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear it. Before this ended up being more of a, I guess, company account, despite me not at all treating it like that. Uh, my friends were really trying to get me to do bald software because I sure am a bald man, and they will not let me live down that fact. That's an Engon and should be replaced, but that is future me's problem. And future me will hate me for saying that. Ooh, okay. Terrible. Awful. Horrendous even. Man, this is getting obnoxious to the view, if I'm being honest with you. Oof. Alright. Let me let me start cutting into this so I can actually get the stairwell. Hopefully this lines up. This is gonna be terrible. I'm very glad my, I guess, mentor is not watching this, because this is gonna be a bunch of Ngons that I'm gonna have to fix later, and I'm just gonna have to deal with that fact that this is the life I've chosen. Yeah, that's gonna be bad. All right, we're just gonna do it. It's gonna be bad. We can make it good later. Let's see. Let's do top down first. Make sure everything's lined up properly. All right. And then here, that's 0. All right. And then we can actually just dissolve this face. Is that the wrong? Oh, no. Delete the face. Am I forgetting how to do stuff? I sure am. Ooh, I do also need to now do the same beneath me. Okay. Let's do it. And there we go. So first thing I actually want to do is delete these faces so that I can actually see through them. Nice. Neat. And then we're going to scale X0. And then we're actually going to do Shift Z. Oh, I still had the other one selected. There we go. How do I want to go about doing this one? I think I select this, SX0, and then this, SY0. Yeah, there's a straight line. Okay. Actually, wait, what am I doing? No, because that needs to subdivide later. Nope. I'm actually being smart for once. And then one more. Okay, let's turn off this top floor for a moment. Let's just see. Yeah, okay. That works. That's fine. I do feel like I should have done this in a different order. Like, I'll be fine. I'll be able to still get it done, but like this was not the most efficient way to do this by any means. Anyways, here, let's just for a moment turn this off. Turn the house back on. This terrible, terrible thing. Actually, let's turn both on. Let's see where we're at the moment. Yeah, that seems about right. So I think the big thing is getting this shape here, and then this, which I will probably have to triangulate like crazy. How do I want to go about that even? I think, honestly, I might want to just start dissolving faces and dealing with the consequences. Because once I have that, I can just scale it up. Right? Does that make sense? I feel like this might be a stupid way of going about it. Let's not do it that way. So first, let's scale it up. And scale Y 0. And we're going to fill this top here. Oh yeah, see, it's going to be weird because of these shapes. So actually, this is a square here now. So I can dissolve that edge. Here. I am going to dissolve these edges. Oh, no, not edges, just the dissolve edges. Hmm. Oh, because it needs to be a face. Oof, okay. Can I not dissolve this edge either? Yeah, okay. Now I'm running into some problems with my methods. What if I just delete the edge? And then from there, this edge I'm pretty sure I can dissolve. And then I can dissolve this. And I think that's only needed because of this one in here. Which I think then... Does that control anything else? Okay. Yeah, I should have done this significantly better. But for the moment, we're gonna just grab this face. And scale Y 0. Now the issue is that these are not the same sizes. I don't think that makes much of a difference, but it will make a difference. Let's turn the house back on, specifically the roof. Because this will at least give me an idea of like where I want this headed. Come on. Come on. Give me this. Yeah. Now, hopefully these are even. I actually don't know if they are. Oh, they definitely aren't, because that one doesn't... Oof. Okay. In that case, we're gonna do this instead. So we're gonna put that over there. And do this. Actually, these are gonna be... Oh, is there an issue over here? Wait a minute. Nope, it just looked weird because it's bent. That's fine. All right. So this is gonna look kind of weird, but we're just gonna kind of have to deal with it. because this was made lopsided, unfortunately. Here, I can actually... So where does this... That one just about hits where it's supposed to. This one does not, though. So if we can... Let's just grab this. And nope, that's also whatever. Is it affecting the scale? Doesn't seem like it, so I don't particularly care, if I'm being honest with you. And we'll do about there. It actually looks like I got the angle pretty well. Okay, I'm actually fine with that. So let's actually go to edge mode, go to normal. Not normal. Well, I guess what I could do is get the normal from this. Can I... That's gonna look really bad. No, that's a bad idea. How do I extrude? Specifically this. Is there any... I suppose what I could do is I could extrude these two. Nope. Maybe just these two. Hmm. Maybe Shift X. Well, where is this? What's happening? This is weird. Why is it like reversed in my mouse? Oop, no, that's bad. That's terrible. This is really obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'd have better luck over here. Probably not though. Nope. Hmm. I really actually don't know. I guess I could do some weird stuff.
Sorry,
What was that?
me being dramatic.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I really have no clue what I'm cooking with this, to be honest with you. This feels so dumb. This feels incorrect. What am I doing? Hmm. I think I'd literally just have better... I'd have better luck if I just eyeballed it, honestly. Come on, give me the right ones. There we go. So we're just gonna bring it up. And I think with these two, that's supposed to be the center. Let me hit X so I actually can see it. Yeah, that's pretty much the center. It's pretty much in line. Sure. I'm fine with that. This one doesn't seem like it is though. Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. Why not? Um, there has to be a better way to do this. Okay. Let's just do it there. Let's just say that's it. Let's just be done with it. Because then we can at least move the point when we want to. I'm sorry, did these not line up? Oh god, okay. Let's just make sure everything is actually in line. That's so weird. Nope. give me these two. And this. Oops. Nope, nope, nope. Gotta make sure I actually add a constraint to it. Alright. Whatever. It's not good. It's not even great, but for the moment, it'll do. Let me... I think just making these triangles is going to be ugly, but it will get the job done, and I'll dissolve some edges later. Actually, let me do this one first. And then we'll do the triangle, and then this last triangle. Yeah, that is ugly. That is terrible. Oh, and I'd have to do that on the back too. I'm questioning my decisions. In a very serious way, I am questioning what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna undo all this. I think this was, frankly, a massive mistake. I don't think I should have been doing this first. Nope. Nah, we're just, this was dumb. This was a dumb idea. It should not have come to pass. Let's do something else. So I think, weirdly enough, something I want to do is I actually want to grab all these vertices and move them way up, way up, just for a little bit, because I want to actually be able to get into this space. Let's do this. Yeah. God, this is a... Several choices are being made here. None of them have been good. Oh my lord. Yeah. Oh my god, this is terrible. What am I doing? We gotta keep doing it at this point. Alright. Then go here, here, back, down, sure. Oh my god. So, I actually am gonna leave this empty once I build it out. Because I think I'm just gonna make a separate door that I can then use as prefab. But this is bad. This is really bad, actually. Oh, nope. Got a active element. SY0. We're we're cooked. This is bad. It's terrible. It's gonna drive me insane. I know I keep saying I'll make it better later, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt me in my entire soul to do this. Okay. Ugh. It hurts. It hurts so bad. Okay. Almost done with this monstrosity. Okay. Let's strain it this way. There. A door. Congrats. I gotta do that. What? 2 more times? 3 more? Is this not in line? Oh my god, this wasn't in line either. Y'all, I'm cooked. Okay. I just want to fix some stuff. I do not want this being horrendous. Okay. Sure. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine, but you know how it is. Let me actually also... That face is neat. Okay, all these faces are needed. Or almost. These ones are not. I guess it's just delete this face. And this face and this. These are never going to be shown. Okay. Uh-oh, where am I? Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get it over with. Actually, let's make sure the front door lines up. Like, I will make sure that this is cleaner now, because then it will make it easier once I add the prefab in. Yeah, let's just clean it up. Okay, and then we can turn these off. And we can turn these on. And let's actually turn on this. Ooh, you know what this means? More cuts. Oh boy, get excited. So, let's see. What do these loops do actually? Are they connected to anything? That one's not. This one actually goes all the way up, but doesn't do anything. It attaches to that. And that wall. Am I stupid? Did I... Here, I should probably save this quick, but this feels like I've done it a really bad way. Oh wait, no, I do want this in documents actually. I feel like I'm doing this like I would do level design. And that feels like a very poor way to go about modeling. Hmm. I think the best I'll be able to do with the damage already done is kind of just doing one of these. Because I want to build this first floor out before the second floor. Ooh, can I not? Dang. Okay. Yeah, how do I want to go about this, man? Okay. Let's just go with loop cut. I think that actually kind of nailed it. Yeah. But I want two of them. I want at least one of them to line up. Okay. Then these I can just drag. Cool. Now comes kind of the weird part. Because I need two cuts here and like a cut here and here. No, I don't want that actually. So I guess I'm just gonna do separate cuts again. All right, whatever. Oh, good lord. Thank God Daryl's been busy. They'd be laughing at me so hard for the way I'm doing this. do I want this wall? So this might clip, but I think for now, it'll genuinely just be better. Actually, let me grab both. Let's do up to this half wall. Oh, I need to grab this as well. Fun. Let's do up to this half wall. And what I wanted was a curve here. Should I do that? Is perhaps the much better question. Let's do this. And then we can extrude. Oh, that's gonna work well. Median point? Is there no? If I extrude this. No, it's still gonna do that. Okay, whatever. Is there any way I can do this that is at least a little bit better? Extrude it. Individual origins? Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to extrude, and we'll figure it out from there. So now, how many would I need for this to be convincing? I don't know. See, this is the issue now that I don't know how to actually get this in a way that would work. I think actually, if I just scale them together first. Sure. Actually, I could probably dissolve this edge and then subdivide it. Can I dissolve this edge? It's not letting me. I dissolve the vertices. Ooh. Really? Maybe if I actually undo this, I'm going to connect them anyways. I can just connect them a better way, which would be to delete the face, delete this face, and then actually just grab the edges, fill, and fill, and then fill under here. And then I can just do a loop cut on this. And put it back to 0. Cool, there we go. There we go, that's better. Where's my reference? There it is. Do there. And then same thing here. And here. Cool. And I can round this out a bit. So let me actually grab this and this. And we'll do the median point. And we can kind of scale them on the Y to maybe about here. Then we'll just grab these two. And there, that rounded it out. I think that looks decent. Unfortunately, now we gotta cut another hole into the wall, so that'll be fun. Yippee. Okay. So, how high does this wall go? Oh, God. Right, because I brought the ceiling up so I could actually see. We'll fix this in post. Let's get to that. And then here. If I can find it. Oh my God, come on. There we go. Here. Here. Come on. Oh. There we go. Here. Terrible. I love it. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So this needs to match up with this one. So we got to go back to active element. Scale x0. Do the same for this. Scale x0. And then we'll make these two the same height. Ooh, awful. I hate it. I've made terrible mistakes. We're just going to keep on trucking. We're going to live with the consequences of our actions. Let's do it. All right. I'm just going to do a very weird pattern here. Because it'll actually make it easier for me to see. doing this, then going all the way up. Nope. Apparently not. Apparently it hates me. Let's try it again. There we go. Well, this is awful. Anyways, first things first, let's delete this. Delete that face. Whoa, what the? Oh, it's because you can see that. And I need to turn off all of these, frankly. Alright, well, let's get started. So, it's on the Y that I don't want it. 0. Neat. Let's, there we go. What have I done? One day I'll actually figure out what I'm doing with art, and that'll be a fun day, but today is not that day. And so I gotta deal with this. Okay. And I still have one more door I need to do. At least this one, at least from this side, will be super easy. So that's nice, I guess. And I honestly, this is genuinely making me wish I didn't care about Engons. Because, like, this is kind of hell. Here, one sec. Let me, if I focus on this, turn it around, zoom in. Yeah. This is so dumb. This is so stupid. Alright. Last time. For now, I guess. Come on. God, what have I done? This is terrible. Alright, here we go. This is going to be the entire stream, is me just lamenting my entire decision making with all of this. Alright. Let's start with this one because it's less of a mess. S0, done. Z0. And SY? Yeah, SY0. Okay. There, I at least have that, and now this will be easy. Okay, so SX0, SX0, just gonna keep doing that several times if I remember to click on stuff. And we're just about done. Then we can stop doing dumb stuff. Okay. Those are all my doors. right? I'm not losing it. Those are all the doors that I wanted. I won't have to deal with them anymore. They're done. It's fine. It's fine. It's awful, actually, but we'll cope. So now that that's done, that's actually pretty much all of the walls on the first floor. So let's firstly bring this down to here. It's not in Unity. And let's see how bad this is. So front door's fine, of course. But there is now... Yeah. So this vertice should actually be... Here, let me dissolve this edge. And what we gotta do is properly attach this. Let's actually, should I delete this face? Actually, are any of these, okay, that's attached at least. Is this attached? No. Is that a bad thing? Probably not. Actually, I think that's fine. Because if it's not attached, it's not an N-gon. I do think if I go into see-through mode faces, there might be, yeah. There's faces here that do not have any business existing. So we're going to clean this up a bit. But other than that, this structure should be fine. Oh, don't know what else needs to get gone? These faces on the top. If I can actually, or did I remove them? No, I didn't. There we go. Just to make sure we're not being stupid. Nope. Cool, there's also this face. Cool, so that's open top, and that is much better. Let's see. So this here's an N-gon. And that's not great. But I honestly... Oh, there's another face down here. You can get out of here. There we go. Any other bottom faces? Because that's honestly a big one. There does not need to be faces down there. There we go. That face is fine. That missing face is fine. I don't like these big dividing lines. I think I'd actually rather have Engons at the moment and clean it up later than deal with them right now. Ooh, actually, no, I don't want to do it out here at least. Because I'm going to be making a lot of walls and stuff. This is terrible. What am I should just leave it. I'll correct stuff later. Now, bottom floor is done. It's just props at that point. That is assuming that I've lined these up, which I don't think I have, actually. Yeah. So let's at least do this. Because that way the player can actually fit through the doorway. And last one. There. And then this will probably be replaced by a prefab later, which is fine. But just for the moment, I want to make sure that, like, this all makes sense. That's in the right spot. That's crooked. Let's not have that be crooked. Okay. Other than that, that's the right size. So I am done with the bottom floor. At the very least. So that's nice. Did I not bring... One moment. Is there not a floor here? Oh, there's no floor. That's gonna make it awful again. Oh boy. Okay, then I'm gonna do a few things. First, these are only gonna get in the way and be super annoying. So I am genuinely going to dissolve those edges. What the? I'm sorry, what? Should I have deleted the edges? I guess. Okay. I guess I can just delete them later. I'm just gonna... Okay. We're gonna commit. Whatever. There's our ceiling. And there we go. We're gonna go into this and nope, wrong one. This is why we check. Now we're just gonna scale it down to here. And as terrible as this is as an N-gon, we are just gonna fill it and deal with the consequences later. Why are you barking at me? Get out of here. I'm sorry. You know how he is. Okay. Let's let me bring back the top floor real quick.
Come on. We need to be two.
That way I can grab all of this and bring it to the right place. Right about there. Oh man, this is awful. This is terrible. It's gonna make me cry. Man. Okay, so I need... Let's see what the top floor layout is, because I might have screwed myself from the beginning just by extruding these upwards. Let's see what the... Let's see. Bathroom. Bedroom. And office. Let's see how bad I did. Okay. So this wall, terrible. Not needed. So we're gonna kill it. Just all of it. We'll fix it in post. All of that can be gone. All of it. That actually makes it easy for me because now I can fix this up just a little bit. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but it will make my life a little easier. So this wall is fine. I'm not going to edit that one. It's pretty much where it needs to be. This whole room, or these two rooms, are also fine. So what I can do then Here, let me see. Where is... Yeah, so that's there. Here, let's clean it up. Oh boy. Is it gonna clean it up or is it gonna mess it up? This would mess it up. That would have been a bad idea. Let's grab this, fill it, and that should be, yeah, that's just a square. Cool. And that is actually properly floored, which is nice. But it does seem like it goes into the wall. Does it stick out of the wall? No. Cool. Here, let's turn this off real quick. Actually, what I want to do so that I can turn it off properly. I don't love how Blender handles hiding objects. If I'm being perfectly honest. I think it's weird that this top one can be off and these ones can be on. But this wall is just to clear up some space. So this whole back room. Here, don't know what I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go into edit mode. I'm gonna hit it with transform. Because if this doesn't need to be here, then it shouldn't be. Because it's just making looking at this more confusing than it needs to be. So that's my wall. All of this is just an empty space. And I kind of wanted that purposely. I might put something back there, but I'm good. So now, what I actually might do to kind of sell it, assuming it won't go crazy. Tab out, let's go here. Is this, yeah. Because I kind of want this to go inwards more. No, no I don't. That's dumb. I'm gonna delete the very least this wall. Because you don't go anything past that. And let me see where the vertices are. What is this vertice doing here? What is it connecting to? It's connecting to that. I think honestly, if there was just there's an edge there I could actually dissolve this edge, or this vertice. Right? Am I thinking correctly? Same thing here. This doesn't need to be there. Turn off the house. That's so weird. I don't like that. I don't like how Blender handles that. Because I can't just turn off the parent. Here, let me turn on the bedroom again. Because I'm trying to think about where I'd be able to mess with some of the stuff. So for example, I don't need this face. I could get rid of that face, but I do believe it goes into the office. Where's the office wall? Yeah. Office ends there. I could just make it easy for myself. Because I really don't need the office to have that much space. Yeah, I'll just go easy for myself. So actually, like, and this will actually make it easier for me to tell what's going on as well. So let me delete these faces. You don't need faces where you're not going to see them. This is the bottom face? No. So yeah, we're just going to get rid of them. Now what is this little face? Ooh, that's a weird one. Let's get rid of this face. Okay. Now this should have pretty much cleaned it out. And then I should be able to from here to here fill this in. There is an issue there. Could I have done that differently? I think if I... Nope. Dissolve this vertice. Here, let's delete this edge. And then we can also turn that off. I can delete this vertice. I don't want anything floating or just hanging about. This top face can also come off. Pretty much all these top faces can come off. Honestly, I could probably just do this and this. I still do have that issue of the second floor. But I am fortunate. No. No, I don't think that works. Wait a minute. So I'll take this being 2 squares. Are these attached to something? No, those are just floating. Right? Oh no, they are. Alright, so those do actually need to be accounted for. That's a shame. I really wanted this. Just make it a triangle. What are you doing? Here. Make that a triangle. Fill this in. Yeah, you got 2 little triangles. 3 little triangles. What the? What is that little line there? Oh, it's from this. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, if we just fill these in, we'll triangulate it well enough. And then we can fill from here to here, and then fill. And finally, fill this. And then we got this empty room. This doesn't need to be here. I might honestly just like take a moment and go through. Oh, what the? Wait a minute. Is that just a free? Get out of here. You kidding me? I hit D on accident, so I want to just make sure I do that. Cool. All right, let me get rid of some of these faces because these are just not worth having. I'll actually leave those for now because I know I'm going to connect stuff later. But the rest of these are just not needed. And actually, this would then theoretically make it so that the inside and outside are like 2 completely different shells. Yeah. So that might be helpful later if I really need to tear this down. All right. Where are we? Okay, so a few things. We're gonna do that and this, because I don't want those big ugly things. And what is that anything? Nope. So we're gonna delete it. It's gone. No more. All right. Now then, can I fill in this wall nicely? It looks like I can, so I'm just going to do that. And then I can also just kind of get rid of some of this extraneous. So I don't need you or you. Oh, there's also just this floating one. Yeah. Okay, any other little weird? Nope. All right. Maybe on the other side. All right. Let's turn off the office because that is the room now. And yeah, I am leaving a big chunk of the house just out, but like I think it'll make it better if I'm being honest. If I really want to, I can change that back into a room later, but for now, it'll just make life easier. Speaking of making life easier, let's fill that in. That way that's not an end gun anymore. If there's any like hugely obvious end guns, I think I'm just gonna do a quick pass over them now. I think I've mostly cleaned it up. The outside should be good. If they're anywhere, they're probably gonna be in this room here. If I can get in there. There we go. But it looks like I did a decent job of cleaning it up. And then these are not end guns because they're not attached. Yep. Cool. I'm pretty happy. This an end gun? Nope. Cool. I actually did pretty well with like not really messing up the geometry. I might have like one or two, but as long as there's not like several end guns all over the place, it really shouldn't matter all that much. And I'll also get rid of this. Because I'm just about there when it comes to detaching the house from itself. And that'll make making the textures easier as well. Because it will require a lot less seams. Ooh, there's a weird one. Do I need this? No. What a weird little face. Yeah. And this pretty much separates the rooms as well, which is nice. Okay. Let's see. Could clean up the extra lines. And actually, now that they're not attached, I think I can actually grab like this whole loop. Okay. It is attached the garage. Gotta remind myself why. Because of this. Could just make it weird. And like attach it. No, because the walls. I'm trying to think if there's really any way I can get away with this, and I don't think there is. Because if I deleted, I guess here, do I want, let's dissolve the edges. And then dissolve this vertice. Ooh, nope. But if we actually, here, the way we can do this is we can actually scale it up to here. And that preserves the quad and the skinny little triangles. Is it weird? Yeah. But I think that's going to be the best solution I got. Or, wait, no, I think I got a better one. What I want to do is I want to, I think, delete this face. And we can make this 3 triangles instead. So delete this vertice. Ooh, nope. Dissolve this vertice. Still messing up on each of those. All right. And then we can fill. And then subdivide. And then what we should be able to do is make one big triangle. Is that stupid? Is that essentially just getting me where I was? Actually, wait, do I even need? Yeah, I would. Or I guess, well, it's not an n-gon if I simply don't attach it. Right. Oh, yeah, right. That's completely true. Wait. If I just did this, and went in here, yeah, that's not attached. Like if I do this, yeah. So not an n-gon because I just didn't make it an n-gon. Great. Oh, I did actually make the n-gon because I'm silly. There, now it's actually just a quad. That's completely detached from what's in front of it. That's a lot cleaner. That's a significantly cleaner. Okay. I guess now I do actually have to start doing stuff on the inside. So where I think I want to start would probably be the office, just because I weighs this. This is an n-gon. Okay. I mean, this is an easy fix, which is nice. And actually, that'll help me out. So let's actually do that. Quick, easy. And we will scale this way. Easy. Cool. And then we can cut out from there. So we're going to do one of these again. Oh, whoa. Nope. I actually don't know where the door is, and that's fine. Terrible, fantastic, as it should be. And there's our other door. Oh man, it's like now that they're detached, I'm actually finding a lot more that I could 100% dissolve. Oh, is it not? Oh, do I have a corner there? That's a shame. But I really have one corner that, like... What? No. Kill that vertice. I'll just fill it. Yeah. I mean, hell, even... Yeah, I might go a little crazy for a second, because, like... Pretty much all the stuff I was doing earlier made this shell really, really stupid. Oh, wait. Let me get the vertices. Actually, that might be why I... Here. Dissolve the vertices. Sure. Nope, not that. There we go. Let's see. Yep, alright. This is nice and easy now. And now I can kind of just work my way up filling it. Yeah, see this. Even these I can... Here, let me... Let me delete these vertices. And nice and easy. Yeah, this will make my life much easier when I get to texturing, which I don't think will be today, unfortunately, as much as I wanted it to be. Um, this is more complicated than I was hoping for. Because I thought, oh, it's just a house, it's a bunch of cubes. Cubes are easy. And while they are definitely easier than most, oh my god. There. Now everything's attached well. Really the only sections that are odd are when they need to be. Here, can I like... Turn around. Is the door too tall? It might be. Oh well. So honestly, it might be easier if I just did that. Why didn't I just do that? Well, then I guess the prefab would be weird. Well, actually, I can make this... Wait, why did I do this the way I did? Oh, because... No, that would still make N-cons, yeah. Okay, whatever. I'm going to come back to this door specifically, because it is weirdly tall. But we can finish up this office now that I've kind of gone through everything and made it much nicer. So let's bring back the office. Not the roof. Wow, that is a much taller door than I thought it would be. Oh, do I know what it is? It's because I was starting to account for the roof out here. Oh, I can just do this. That's nice. Here, let me add the roof in just so I can kind of see what's going on. I'm going to focus more on the right side of it, but it is intended to kind of go through it. I guess... So this side one, this is actually the only one on this side, so that's good. What I'm doing is going to about here. And here, let me actually, yeah, sure. And actually, I can, oh my God, this makes my life so much easier. I should have done this before. I can lower this, get all of that out of the way. Pretty low, actually. Cool. And then the rest of this top, minus these two, I can bring up, ooh, no, all of these, actually. That I can bring just upwards. Where was the, ceiling? Why can't I turn on the ceiling? Oh, is it up here as well? No? Okay, whatever. Alright, cool. That's how tall I'll need it to be. Let me turn that off now that I actually have the reference for it. And right now, this whole thing is a gross n-gon. But now I actually can more critically tell if it needs to be an n-gon. Let's Yeah, let's delete it and turn off the house. Release the roof. Actually, no, just the whole thing. So let's look at it. This door will need to be there. Actually, do all my doors, their frames make n-gons? I think they do. Or they might be detached. Assuming they're detached, it's fine. So what is this one doing? Like, that's kind of where I'm, like, tripped up with how I did this, is, like, I don't think the majority of these needed to exist. So if I just, like, yeah, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna start cutting stuff. I mean, like, if anything really gets in the way, I'll figure it out. Actually, I don't want to attach that. Is this attached? I forget. Yeah, that's attached. Yeah, let's just kill some stuff. So like this kind of needs to be there. Let's kill this face. And this face. Like, can I make this a single? I think actually this room is the only one that I will justify having all of this. But even then, I could still clean this up significantly. Here, if I was to simply delete this face and delete this face, and then now from this wall, here, I should probably do this with vertices instead of edges. And I fill it. Then if I grab this, not attached. Like, this isn't attached. So this is free now. Like, even this should be, yeah. That means I can just straight up, like, let me just delete these edges. Or dissolve these edges. Yeah. I can make this so much cleaner. And I'm kind of glad that I'm doing it the way that I am because I don't think I'd be able to like consider this in real time. Like had I been really thinking about this as I was making it, I don't think I would have been able to. Yeah, that works. Just a single. Yeah, all this works way better. Here, let's go up for a second. Or actually no. Let's go here. Let's do a few things. So one, let's delete this face. No, let's not actually. So this is the one, the ceiling needs to be weird. It doesn't need to be like this horrendous. Because what I think I could do is I could fill here. Is this attached? Fill there. Yeah, this is the one. The ceiling is probably the one that is going to be the weirdest if I really wanted this to be cleaned up. But for now, let's get this wall. Ooh. Oh yeah, again, we can just do vertices. I think that's honestly like my biggest thing right now is I'm just not used to being able to fill from vertices. So if I was just to dissolve that vertice, now we got like an n-gon. But instead of doing that, because like this isn't attached. So the only thing, what is this wall now? Oh, it's weird. It's a freak. But like it was already weird. Okay, I think I went too far. At least here. How far back can I go with undo? Because I know Blender's a cruel mistress. Actually, no, even then. Again, I need to stop thinking that all these need to be connected. They don't. So I can literally just do that. I think I'm so used to everything being connected when I'm modeling that now that I don't need it to be, my brain is like shutting down. Yeah, there. And now, if I delete this face, I can do a few things. First of all, from here to there, I can just fill it. And same thing here. I'm gonna delete or dissolve this vertex. And that should only be, oh, wait a minute. That's not attached to where it should be. So let's get rid of it. And we're, yet again, just gonna grab the vertices. Yeah, that is so much cleaner. Yeah, I might want to add some like hidden seams later, because then I can actually uh make a texture for this better. But like a lot of these are just not needed. Okay, let's see. We got that, we got that. Those are good. Let's fix this. Oh, cool. We also got rid of the vertices this time. Neat. I'll also dissolve this vertice. And let's see. Neat. Okay. And the floors, this isn't connected. Are these connected? Only to those. And are these connected? Nope. That's all clean. Cool. All right, let's go in here. And I'll kind of do the same thing. Delete this face. Go to vertice mode. Grab the 4 vertices. Fill it. Oh god, okay. And do those do anything? Oh, those are the doors from upstairs. Oh. See, that makes it weird. Does that exist on the other side too? Oh, it's actually like not in the right spot. So that actually makes it easy. So I can just do this. And then I can get rid of these. Because there's just a missing... Yeah, there's a missing floor on the ceiling. Or floor on the office. I don't know why I said ceiling. You can see the ceiling. And this should be a nice square. Yep. Okay. Those cuts are necessary on the walls. But on the floor, if I can get in here. Let's see. Yeah, it's connecting to... Actually, is it? Nope. I think I already fixed that. Yeah. Yeah. And I can do this again. I can just keep doing this. Getting rid of this face. And then here to here. Fill it. Easy. I'm gonna jinx it by saying this, but I am shocked I haven't messed this up somehow yet. I think even these are like... Yeah, these are just beneath them, right? Yep, not attached. Cool. So, before I add the floor back, let's try to fix this. Because this is a disgusting endgame. And I think I already kind of had a sort of solution by doing this. Now, it wouldn't make a nice UV, but I could just cut it up like that. But let's see. Do I have any extra geometry that could kind of help me out here? So that's not really needed. Is this attached? Nope. Cool. So all I really need are these four. And are these attached? Also no. So how do I want to do this? So I think an easy way, and I'll actually have to go back after the fact, is if I do that, confirm it, make sure it's scaled on the X, and then do the same thing over here, where I go from here to here to here, confirm it, scale it, classic. Now that does fix the Ngon, or would once I here, let's fix these Ngons first. Oh wait, I should delete this one. That one's fine. This is fine. Ooh, wait. What the? Oh, that's why, because I grabbed the wrong. So fill that. And then this can get dissolved. Did I get rid of the... Huh, okay. Well, that's fine, because I can... Oh, wait. Am I on the right layer? I'm not. That would help. Here, fill that. There we go. And then we can fill this. So that makes a nice rectangle. This can be dissolved. Now this is a nice, easy one. And then so is this, and that's a triangle. So I got pretty lucky with this, to be honest. And here, I can actually, this is space in between, isn't it? Or, right? Just want to make sure. Yeah, this is the space in between. So I can get rid of these faces. They won't affect anything. That would. So let's not do that. Let's stay in this room for now. Because oh, did I? Oh, I filled it between the wrong vertices. And this is why we check shit. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's do this. And then this one. We can kill. Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm not attaching it to the wrong points anywhere. Yep, see? Actually, this is kind of a weird one where I want this to be the fill, and then this to be the fill. Oops. That way, these weird ones. Yeah, that can be deleted. And then I have these nicer shapes here. Yep. Cool. So what's this attached to, if anything? The outside? Oh, yeah, because, yep. So the more that I do this, the more separate each of these rooms are going to be, which will make them easier to move around in the future. But right now, it is starting to get a little bit weird with the view. But I think I have appropriately cleared this up. And everything kind of looks how it should. And so I think I'm good to fill in a floor and get moving. So let's do maybe the bathroom first. How do I want to go about that? Let's do on the X. Let's just extend this out. I already got a free vertex there, so let's extend it out to about where that vertex is. And then we'll fill that. And then we'll fill this whole thing. This is going to be too big. And that's kind of expected, and that's fine. Because what we're going to do... The first thing we're going to do is check... Yep, this is all interior, so we're free to play with this. So we're going to turn on the bathrooms. Don't need the bedroom. And we can just take, let's go with these, bring them in the top-down view to here. That's pretty good. And then with these two, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Oop, nope. With this, bring it out to here. And then we can actually take this face, and we're going to double check one more time, just for sure is. But now we can actually insert a new face like we've done before. And this can be 0.15 to keep that consistency with all the other walls. And then we will extrude. Okay, let's turn off the bathroom. We don't really need that at the moment. Oh, am I being silly? Right, yeah, I don't actually need... So I can actually now... Ooh, right, okay. So real quick, what we're going to do is actually we're going to get a knife. And we're going to do this and then this. The reason why we're going to do that is because we can actually grab this shift, or sorry, there we go, scale X, and then we can take this and scale 0, and same thing over here. Because this will now give us much cleaner walls. Because this is the exterior wall, so I don't want to add more to that wall. All right, let's see. That's a weird cut, but that's not what I'm here for at the moment. So I'm actually going to extrude lines instead of the faces. So we're going to do extrude Z. We're going to bring this up to about, actually, yeah, about there. And we can adjust where this is once we have the roof. But the important thing is that all of this should still be squares. Like, none of this should really... Ooh, that's getting... Oh, no. Actually, I can delete this, because I gotta remember that this is on the inside. Oh, actually, wait. I'm being kind of silly at the moment. Oh, yeah, okay. Here, this face can also go. Yeah, okay, I'm being dumb because I'm not remembering. So let's actually go back. I'm forgetting the fact that all of this on the outside is the inside wall. So why is this over here? I guess to make this even. Um, do I care about that? What is this attached to? This is attached to the wall. I'm going to attach to the wall. I'm going to actually do it properly. So let's shift Z. Nope, I have to S shift Z 0. This is making some weird shapes that I'll probably have to go through and fix later. But for now, I want to... Can I dissolve this edge? No. Here, let's make this cut. I'm gonna go here, here, here. And then we're gonna scale this so that we now have a much cleaner wall. Minus this, of course. This is not great. Now I can hopefully get rid of this edge. This is just nasty. And I'll actually, I'm actually going to undo that. Specifically so I can just do this. And I can do that. Come on, James. Do this. All right. Actually, I didn't even need to do that because this is why I'm going crazy. I'm just going to extrude this, which means that this won't be attached. Yeah, man, I'm losing it. So let's do this. That'll actually allow me to see where I made unneeded weirdness. So this is not needed. None of these side faces are needed. These can be two separate things. Yep. This is also not needed because it's going to be in the wall. And the hope is that we just do that. And now we got our little boxes. So there's the bathroom. This still bothers me. I understand why it's there. But I really don't think it's needed. So I can just raise this up. So I'm actually going to dissolve this. Can I solve it without... Yeah. Because if this is the inner wall, like all these are going to be slotted somewhere inside the exterior wall. If I just do this for the moment. Actually, no, I'm looking at it. This will probably need like a triangle cut on the back at the bare minimum. Yeah, there's still some cleaning up to do on the outside. Actually, that's not bad. It's maybe a little weird that it doesn't connect in certain places. But like, eh. Yeah, I can just make this like one flat wall and then make it a triangle. Actually, no, because I want it to be flat and then triangle, so I can't quite do that yet. But let me bring this back down. It's just been really hard for me to remember that these are the inner walls and I gotta treat them like such. So there's that. There's the hallway. Okay. Then I want... So this is now the bedroom wall. And if I do this, well, I don't want to have that complete. Let me actually, yeah, because I'm gonna cut it out anyways. So this wall could just go kind of all the way. Oops. Yeah, I'll have to. Oh wait, I can just that's 0. Whoa, nope, not that way, not that way. Hee hee. I have to first. Yeah. And just to make sure. Yep, not attached to anything. Cool. Now the real weird one is actually going to be this. Because I could theoretically just drag it through. I feel like that's not a smart way to go about it, though. I feel like I should probably make a cut or subdivide here. This is probably a smarter way to do this. And then I can actually match this on the Y. Hey, Fiddler. Oh, the boy. Oh, he's gonna go on my shoulders. Oh, boy. Here. I know I am typically a PNG tuber, but I got my cat sitting on my shoulders. So I'm gonna get this on camera. Look at the camera. Oh, hey, Holly. I haven't been looking at chat because I've just been kind of doing my own thing. I didn't realize you were here. Hi. He sure does just hang out on my shoulders. Damn. I am making my first ever like building in Maya, or not Maya, Blender. It's it's not going great if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I'm kind of silly, kind of stupid. Yeah, most of the issues I'm running into is simply, oh man, I'm really adding so many extra vertices. Let me get rid of them. Oh right, vertices are there so that you don't make n-gons. Oops. Wow, he's a baby. Look at this big old baby. I'm kind of going about Blender the same way that I go about game development and coding. Yeah, where I want to make it and have it done, and then make it good later. I have been kind of going back and forth a little bit as I've been going, just because I can't stand to look at like so many vertices, and it just gets lost in my vision. Um, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm actually just about done with the structure. Hey, mister. Oh, thank you.
Spitler doing baby mode.
Yeah, I got him on camera. Caught him in 4K. Except actually, this webcam's really bad. But like, wow. Can you let your mother go? Wow.
Hi, people.
I think it's Holly at the moment. You can say hi to Holly. Oh, okay. He wants down. Holly said hi. They're in the chat. Oh, he going to you now?
He just wanted me.
He only cuddles with me so that Leah will come over, get jealous, and then he'll just go to her. It's a fucked up world we live in.
He still loves you.
Uh-huh. Ooh, I double extruded that. Oops. Oh, it's like 4:30. I actually am gonna wrap it up here for today. This is pretty much done. It really is just sizing it, putting the roof on, and then making sure the doors are there. Like, there's not actually too much left here for me to do. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it here today. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna do, well, actually, I'm probably gonna play a game on stream just for fun, but also do the texturing because I still want to get this done before Halloween. So I gotta go on that grind. All right, bye.